안녕하세요. So, my name is Ritu Java. I am very honored and excited to be here today with all of you. I'm the founder and CEO of PPC Ninja. We are an advertising and creative services agency in North America. And I have been in the e-commerce space for over 15 years. I started off as an Etsy seller. And since 2019, I have trained over 1,000 Amazon sellers on advertising, Amazon PPC. And I have my own e-commerce for AI for e-commerce newsletter with over 3,000 subscribers. So I am a big fan of Korean culture, and this is one of my favorite Korean TV shows. I've watched it once, and I'm ready to watch it again. It's fun. So today, let me talk a little bit about how Korean brands can prepare for peak shopping season, which is a great opportunity to get in front of millions of shoppers who are actively looking for products to buy. So today, I'll be covering 3 topics. 1, top strategies to maximize PPC profitability during peak shopping season. Number 2, how to rank on Amazon using sponsored products, sponsored brands, and sponsored display ad types. Number 3, how to allocate your budgets appropriately across your advertising mix. So here are my top strategies to maximize both visibility and profitability during peak season. Number 1, this might seem obvious, but millions of shoppers come to Amazon looking for deals during the peak shopping events. Participating in deals which offer more than 20% discount are best to attract shoppers who are looking for these good deals. Now, one thing I want to bring your attention to is this red badge. The red-colored deal badges are hard to miss, and they create a sense of urgency. So check with your Amazon representatives about eligibility for your products to get this red badge. In addition, a lot of people in North America run deal stacking. So deal stacking is the idea of having more than one deal on the same offer. So you can have a red badge, and you can have a coupon running together with that. So this might appear that you're spending a lot of money, you might be losing money with deals and coupons, but if you take the long-term mindset, you're actually gaining new-to-brand customers that you can then market to over and over again. Loyal customers of your brand are 9 times more likely to buy from you than a brand new seller who doesn't know which brand to look for. The second tip I have for you is to use influencers. So shoppers trust people more than they trust companies. They trust recommendations coming from those who have already tried the products that they are about to purchase. Participating in influencer marketing has a huge impact on visibility and trust, especially during peak season. So definitely leverage this great opportunity with Amazon Live, which already caters to people who are already searching on Amazon and are engaged with these influencers. Number 3, remember that because of the competition, your average cost per click will be high during the peak season. So you don't want to miss out on visibility by bidding too low or having a short-term mindset. I know it's hard to accept that, but the fact is that CPCs do go up, and you need to prepare for it if you really want to take advantage of peak season. Typically, Amazon will show you suggested bids for regular days, and peak season days. So you want to make sure that you're ready for peak season with a different set of bids from your normal days. So the best way to do that is to use bulk files that are ready to be uploaded on the day of or the day prior to peak shopping days. That way, you have a separate set of keywords that will be uploaded on the day of, and as soon as Prime Day is over, you can replace that file with your regular bulk file. So that's a little tip that we use at our agency to be efficient with changing the bids out just for those peak season days. And once you've optimized your campaigns this way, make sure that you don't run out of budget. That's obvious, but make sure you don't let the budgets run out. Number 4, lead up ads. So these are ads that you show before Prime Day. This is the way to get your shoppers warmed up, and you want to show them intriguing and relevant ads so that they can buy from you when the time comes. A lot of shoppers will add products to cart so that they can purchase it on Prime Days. One of my favorite ad types to use is sponsored brands. And these ads give you the best real estate on Amazon. They are visually appealing, and they give brands a chance to visually introduce relevant messaging. So I'd recommend testing 3 different SB ads. Number 1, sponsored brand store spotlight ads. These ads expose shoppers to a range of products that you have in your catalog. So as you can see here, these ads will send traffic to different pages on your storefront, and they're very effective. Number 2, sponsored brand video ads targeting your competitors' product detail pages. So these ad types can help improve consideration and conquesting, basically taking your competitors' traffic and bringing it into your own funnel. And then the third type of sponsored brand ad that I love is sponsored brand video headline ad to store pages. These typically show up above the fold on top of the search results page, and they really can be used to educate new-to-brand audiences with captivating videos. So now you might wonder, how do I get my ad to show up at the top of the search results page? Well, there's a setting for that, and most people don't know it, right? So ads directed to the store page are more likely to show up on the top of search results as video headline ads. So how you want to set this up is you want to go in your creation flow, you want to select Amazon stores, including subpages. If you have this setting on, I'll show you the next step that you need to do. The next step you want to do is go into your bid adjustments, and then in this section which says placements other than top of search, you want to set it to -99. So this will reduce your bid on other placement and maximize your bid on top of search placements. And this is how you can get your ads to show up on top of the search results page. Now let's talk about ranking. Ranking is a function of showing relevant ads to relevant people. And you can use all 3 ad types to achieve this. Let's find out how. First of all, you want to use the brand metrics data that's located in your advertising console to measure your funnel's performance. Brand metrics divides the funnel into 3 bands. So you have awareness, you have consideration, and purchase. So there's 3 different brands, 3 different bands inside of brand metrics. So here's an example. Looking at this brand, you can see that the consideration phase is pretty strong, right? This is a very strong consideration. This means that this brand can run very profitable ads if they place their ads on competitor pages, because it's easy for them to convince the shopper to consider their product as opposed to the competitors. So this is a good strategy for such a funnel. But simultaneously, this brand can also invest some amount of budget on continuing to build their awareness. On the other hand, here is a different brand, as you can see, this brand seems to have very great awareness. The awareness is so strong that they probably don't need to spend too much money on building awareness. Instead, they can spend most of their budget on building out consideration-based campaigns by placing ads on competitor pages and winning relevant traffic from there. So depending on your funnel, you can have a different strategy for ranking. When you target people with highly relevant ads that are appropriate to that stage of funnel that they are in, you can drive conversions, improve the conversion rate, and therefore you can improve the ranking. So there's 3 ways to do that with each of the ad types. With sponsored products, you can target those who know what they're looking for with highly relevant keywords in single keyword campaigns. We've actually switched to using only single keyword campaigns at our agency. We don't use multi-keyword campaigns because it is less controllable and the outcomes are unpredictable. With sponsored brands, you can target those shoppers who are unfamiliar with your product using highly engaged educational content. So how many of you here have UGC content? I'm sure a lot of you use UGC. You have videos. You can use your UGC videos in the vertical format as sponsored brand ads. So these will serve as educational, and it creates curiosity, it sparks interest, and it makes shoppers want to know more about your brand. And then the third way is to use sponsored display. With sponsored display, you can target relevant competitor pages that share common audiences and win them over to your brand. I like sponsored display because of the placement that I get on Amazon product detail pages under the buy box, under the bullet points, and on top of the product detail page. According to Amazon's internal data, brands that started using combinations of ad types like sponsored products plus sponsored brand video or sponsored products and sponsored display, on average, these brands achieved over 41% year-over-year sales growth and 36% increase in page views 1 month after starting ads in these combinations. While each of these ad types is great at achieving a certain type of result, we don't have unlimited budgets, right? And therefore, we want to spend our dollars wisely. So now let's talk about budget allocation across these different ad types. Here is a typical distribution of budgets across different ad types on Amazon. So sponsored products, about 70% of your spend. Sponsored brands, about 15% of your spend, and DSP or SD, sponsored display, about 15% of your spend. However, you want to make sure that your budget is aligned with your strategy. This is average across Amazon, but you want to align it with your strategy. So based on the brand metrics analysis that we did earlier, we would change our budget based on whatever it is that our brand needs to grow on Amazon. For example, if you're looking to grow your top of funnel or awareness, you can choose to do a mix of 60% here, 20% here, and 20% here. But if you have a strong brand with a strong external marketing effort, then you may not need to spend that much money on brand awareness. In that case, you can choose 80% here, 10% here, and 10% here. So really, it depends on what your data is showing you. Always look at the data to find the right strategy for your brand. So let me summarize. Peak shopping season is a great opportunity to maximize visibility and gain new customers. Number 2, you can achieve ranking on Amazon by leveraging a combination of all the different ad types for the best results. And number 3, Make sure to allocate budgets appropriately across the advertising mix so that you can stay profitable on Amazon and not just feel like peak season is the time when you lose money, right? So make it work for you in the long run by using these strategies and get lots of success on Amazon peak season. Thank you very much for listening.